everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Industry, I guess. My name is Brooke Morrison.
I am Tetris Kelly.
We are exhausted.
Very tired.
We actually skipped a couple weeks because of Coachella. We
Yeah.
were out working.
And the funny part is, like, I've judged people at my job because, like, certain people, like, called out or took some days off. And, like, I haven't taken any days off. Well, I didn't take any the week after Coachella. And so, because, of course, we have to get the Coachella content out.
Right.
So I'm also working on Coachella content. I had other things we have working on. I'm going to Stagecoach. So I've like been still in the it's been nonstop.
But also,
so I'm sleepy. And everybody that's like, oh, I had to take 3 days and I was in the bed and oh, I called in sick. I'm like, must be nice.
Okay, that was me though. First of all, I didn't call out. No, listen, I didn't call out. But what I did experience and feel was, I don't know, my body felt drunk. Like I just felt like crap.
Oh, it's bad. Post Coachella is
like
awful.
But I was telling Carlos too, the reason why I felt that way is because we did it weird. I drove there and back 4 times that weekend.
Oh my God, Brooke.
Yeah. And so by the time it hit like Sunday night, Monday morning, I did not go to sleep until 5 a.m. Monday. Woke up that day to come drive to work.
Yikes.
So that was me.
I've had some rough ones a few years back that were similar.
Yeah.
Luckily now I would never. But I mean, it's a crazy weekend. And then of course, like the dust gets in your lungs. You you get sick. Your body's tired. Your legs. It's just a lot. It's first world problems. People are like they're whining about Coachella, but it's exhausting.
It is exhausting. I think that for me, I enjoy it. I'll never do it the way that I did it the past 2 times again, which is literally the whole stay there all day, drive home in the middle of the night thing.
And you know my friend Tiffany.
Yeah.
She does that.
Really?
Well, she didn't this year, but she does it like weekend 1. Sometimes she'll just drive back and forth and do the parties and events. And then weekend 2, she'll get a place and actually go to the festival.
That makes sense because it's so expensive weekend 1.
Yeah.
So like I understand that. For us, my friend that I was with had a wedding to go to on Saturday. So we had to leave.
That's crazy. And you ended up going to the festival too, though, right?
Yeah, we were at the festival. So
you were like at the festival, you did all the parties and events too?
What's great for us is like we kind of luck into things, but just because we do work in this industry, so when somebody else has like an extra pass or 2 or 3, whatever, they'll be like, hey, do you need something?
Yeah.
And then, like, of course, like if it's there, if you're offering, we're not going to say no because we also understand that opportunity is like still crazy. It's not like we're going to be like, I just don't want to go. You know what I mean? Like it's still really cool to experience it, especially for free.
Yeah, of course.
Especially for free. We're going to I mean, like we're going to, you know what I mean? Go and
what
at
I
least
feel like the
walk
people
around.
at home don't know about is the parties and the free stuff.
Yeah.
Because the parties is one thing to have like free drinks and food. Great.
Right.
But like, when there's like, what do you call the people? See, my brain's still broken. Like vendors.
Yeah.
When you get like, for girls, they're getting makeup and products and clothes.
The amount of stuff.
You just come back with bags of stuff. And you're
amount.
like, yes, my skin's gonna glow.
Yeah, my skin is not glowing yet. I'm hoping it will, you know what I mean? But we got some good stuff. You're actually wearing one of the hoodies that we got at Nylon. So there's some good stuff out there. Yeah. I got a pair of Key sunglasses from 818. Did you get the Key sunglasses?
I did not. Oh, well, 818 was hot.
It was hot.
It was hot, and there was long lines to get the free stuff. Oh, that's cool. He's dope.
I met Bretman Rock.
Yeah, no, he's dope.
Can I please get a picture?
You're like, oh my God, can I take a picture?
And then he called me gorgeous, and I was like, I'm gonna cry.
I love that.
I know. I will say, Coachella, I go less for the free stuff and more for like, oh my God, like it'd be cool to see like cool, exciting, fun people there. I also met Mark Twain at Jenny.
Oh, I did see that picture.
Yeah,
Mark's great. He's so sweet.
He's so nice.
He's one of the nicest.
He was so nice. Anyway, whatever. Coachella, we're all dead. It's just that's the moral of the story.
Coachella recap.
Coachella. Done. Yeah. Well, we have a little bit more to talk.
Pop culture stuff.
Not done. Yes, we'll eventually get to more of that. But I have a question for you.
Ooh.
Speaking of Disney and us going to Disney, I've always wanted to know this because I don't partake. What is it like being drunk at Disneyland?
I mean,
tell me what that experience is like.
It's my favorite thing in the world. There's nothing better. If you told me what Tetris, you get to pick one activity to do for the rest of your life and nothing else, I'd say being drunk at Disney probably.
Being drunk at Disney.
It's everything to 10. It's like, it's my favorite place. It's my favorite music, my favorite rides, my favorite food.
Yeah.
I love everything about Disney. So having a couple drinks and being buzzed just makes it so good. And I think that's why term Disney adult has become such a thing because people are like, the park is for kids or whatever. It's like, why are so many adults there? And it's like, why are there so many bars?
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's
kids
true.
aren't drinking old fashions and having lobster nachos. I don't think that's for kids.
It's like if it
they
was
just want a cheeseburger.
Yeah, if it was just for kids, it would just be like chicken tenders and apple juice.
Yeah,
all
but there's like
Disneyland.
nice restaurants. There's bars. I mean, the other night when you were there, I had one of my favorite cocktails I've ever had at Disney. They had a pickle whiskey sour that was just for a food and wine festival.
That sounds
It was
nasty.
so delicious.
Wow.
I mean, well, food and wine festival does weird drinks, but one of them was even a strawberry Coke vodka cocktail.
Okay.
Like, it was just like so many different drinks, and you just like try drinks and you have I mean, getting an espresso martini at Carthay Circle with like scallops is like,
sounds nice. But you're a bougie Disney adult too, so you do all the nicer, like nicest things. Because we were going on Monday night, and I asked him if he wanted to come, and he was like, "I'm already going to be there.
I'm
actually already going to be there." You know what I mean? And they're doing the actual like last day of the food and wine, right?
Yeah,
the
that's why
festival.
I was there.
So yeah, you walk up and he's got like the Disney plate and he's got like everything on. He's like head to toe Disneyed out, and all I have is like my little bag with Mickey on it. And I was like, look at me.
Well,
you know?
I'm extreme. I have a whole Disney closet for those at home. I have my regular clothes closet, and then I have my Disney clothes closet.
It's intense. Like it's crazy. But I will say, like you were a little schwasty.
I was living my life
on Monday, and I appreciate that. My friends, I had 3 friends with me, and they loved him because we got on Soarin'.
Oh my God, Soarin'! I do remember Soarin'.
We got on Soarin', and he's screaming in Soarin', and he's also like buckled in, but he buckled in with the thing in the front that's for kids, and then like his friend was like, "That's just for kids." He was like, "Yeah, but I want to make sure I'm safe too, you know, like whatever." And then we get on the ride, and he's out here like this, like he has his arms out, his legs out, and I'm like, "Please do not die on this ride right now." So, and then he's screaming, he's like, "Malibu," because it's like soaring over California now.
Oh yeah, you get to see all the cities, and I get so excited.
Yeah, he goes, Soho House. As people like Mimi next to me is cracking up.
Oh
we
God.
left that, and they were like, I love him.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't annoy them to death.
No.
People either love me or they're really annoyed. So I'm glad it went on this side.
They thought it was so funny. And I did not they were like, he was shouting out all the stuff we didn't even know. Because he were like, Palm Springs.
Yes.
Coachella. Like literally like this. Just like on. So I've never seen anyone ride that ride like that. So thank you.
Well, I'm glad. And Soaring Over California is only there for like 1 month a year. So I get really excited.
Is it really?
Yeah, and I hadn't ridden it this
that.
year. The rest of the year it's Soaring Over the World. They only bring it back for
which I
Food
like.
and Wine.
I love Soaring Over the World. He likes Soaring Over California. Anyway, long story short, I've always wanted to know that because I personally I don't feel safe getting drunk at Disney, but I know a lot of people do.
It's the safest place to do it.
I know, but I'm just like, I think you go often enough where it makes sense to like, sometimes you're drunk, sometimes you're not.
Yeah,
but like,
true.
if I go to Disney, I want to like be at Disney and then
I mean, that makes sense.
walk around, ride the rides. I don't want to throw up on the rides.
I've never thrown up at Disney, thank God. I've never gotten that wasted.
Yeah.
I've never, I'm trying to think, have I ever been wasted at Disney where I'm like real bad off? And I don't think so. I think the only time I've ever had that happen was in Disney World. Because
where you've been
Epcot will put you, it will put you under.
I love Epcot. I've also never been drunk at Epcot. Maybe
You've never been drunk at Epcot?
I haven't been drunk since I was like 21.
Oh, this is true. We have talked about this.
So I think the last place that I'm personally going to go experience that again for the first time is going to be a Disney park.
It's a Disney park, that is true.
To be honest with you. If I were to do it, it'd be like at home, alone, or with a friend, just to see what's up now. But now I'm 32, so I just feel like it probably wouldn't be like as fun as it would have been when I was like 25.
I am determined now to take you to Epcot, and we're going to drink around the world, and I'm going to take care of Brooke. I'm not even going to drink. I'm going to be Brooke's DD.
Well, hold on.
For
Okay.
Epcot around the world.
Speaking of Orlando parks, we got to talk about Epic Universe.
Yay!
That just opened.
I know, so exciting.
Because I've been seeing a lot of the content too, and they apparently have like a bunch of fun drinks, and they have some great restaurants.
So many good drinks and restaurants.
But as you know, I follow a lot of like Disney influencers because I like watching the vlogs, the longer vlogs. I wonder if Adam Hatton's gonna go. I don't think he will go because I think he does mostly Disney stuff. But I've been seeing Tim Tracker's stuff a lot.
Yep.
I've been seeing JoJo's World a lot, like all that stuff. How are you feeling about? I know you're more of a Disney guy, but are you excited about Epic Universe?
Oh my God, I am beyond excited. I was on a call with Universal today about Epic Universe. Epic
oh my
Universe.
God, are you so you're gonna go?
Universe. Yes, I am going to the media media preview week the week before it opens.
Okay, let me get your opinion on that too, though, because it's already been open for like a couple weeks now, or like a week or so, right?
Yeah, they did the first previews like a couple weeks ago. With a set of it was the cast members, the team members they call them, and what bothered me about it was that they let the team members go, and it was super strict. No photos, no videos.
Right.
And so nothing was leaking, even though it was open for like 2 weeks maybe with the team members. And then they started letting influencers come, and then the influencers were allowed to post.
Right.
Which makes sense as a company. You're bringing them to influence, right?
Right, true.
I just think it was a little bit unfair to the team members that didn't get to capture and experience like having their phones and taking photos. And now influencers are there, and it's all over the internet.
Yeah.
Ride POVs, food reviews.
Yeah, the POVs.
All of it. I haven't watched any POVs. I want to experience that myself.
Oh, I've seen like almost all of them.
Oh my God, no. I have to experience it for the first time in person.
Yeah,
but
no,
you don't go
I feel
that
that
often. I go to Orlando like twice a year.
But I also don't really like the Dark Universe theme. Yeah. So I probably won't do any of that. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of that kind of stuff. European theme parks, they do that kind of dark vibe a lot, where it's like themed to horror to some extent. There's like a lot of cool stuff overseas that I've seen. I'm not a fan of it. I don't know, so I probably even like won't even like walk through Dark Universe.
Okay. I didn't know you were that scaredy cat, because I hate horror.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't mind like a theme park version of
I'm not
Frankenstein. I'm like, that's not gonna scare
Disney's
me.
version of Halloween I'm okay with.
Right.
Once it gets into like Hollywood Horror Nights.
But see, Halloween Horror Nights is too much to me. I don't think the Dark Universe area is giving that. But I haven't been watching POVs and stuff.
Kinda.
Oh.
It's kinda
giving a little Horror Nights vibe.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, it's less obvious, like, disgusting, gross, here's a dead body on a stage type thing. But I mean, like, the entrance is skulls, like the whole thing is about like Frankenstein and monsters unleashed, like whatever. So I would say like the overall vibe of it, from what I can tell, is which is funny because like it's very German. Like it feels very German, which is like hilarious that it's like my whole life has always been about German culture and learning German or whatever. So whenever it's like Americans just think German architecture equals
horror,
scary stuff. It's always that. It basically just kind of looks like a little German town, but like dark. Which is fine.
Well, I will be giving you my review when I get back. Is that in? I'm like, I don't even know the date. In like
May 22nd or something, right?
Well,
or like when you're going.
Opening. I'll be there the week before that. So.
Okay. How do you feel about getting in like first? Does it ever feel weird to you? Like,
no. I mean, I feel like, that's a part of being an influencer or working in media. I do both.
Yeah.
So I think that's our job, is to get eyes on these things and promote them so that
to get people excited to
go. That's literally the point of it.
Yeah.
So I do, like I said, I don't love when it's like, when it affects team members. Like, I don't mind about the regular person being like, I can't get in. It's like, well, the park opens on May 22nd. But the team members or cast members, when they don't get to experience things like the media and the influencers, that's when I think it's weird, because it's like, they work here. They should get to do whatever they want. Right. They are the people that make this happen. They make the magic happen. Let them experience it and do whatever they want. Even before influencers or media, I think.
True.
But yeah, no, I mean, the park opens the 22nd, and I think what other thing people have to realize is with theme parks, rides break down.
Yeah.
Stuff changes. They got to work through those kinks. So
they do.
We're just test dummies. Influencers and media, they're just testing the ride, getting the oil going, like making sure everything flows right.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that with the public, because then you get bad reviews.
Right.
So let them get the stuff out with us and then open up on May 22nd. It's going to be a great day.
Do you agree with everybody saying that this park is kind of kicking Disney out of like top tier, like the top number one place of being like the experiential like theme park?
Oh, I mean, Universal's definitely experimenting more than Disney parks have been.
Yeah.
I'll 100% agree with that. I've always loved the Universal parks in Orlando.
Same.
I think they're well done. I think, you look at Diagon Alley, it was the first Hogsmeade there, the Hogwarts Express. Even if you look at the roller coasters, Hagrid's Adventure, Velocicoaster is amazing.
Yeah.
So you just have this like really great park that I feel like people look at as like ratchet, and like Disney's over here, but then Universal's over here. And I think they both compete well. It depends on what you're interested in. If you're a Harry Potter adult, if you like a little more thrill, Universal's got it. And I think Epic Universe, from what I hear, again, I haven't been there yet, is taking it a level up with the rides, the experience, the food, all that stuff. So I'm excited to see, and I hope that Universal competes even more with Disney, because that just makes Disney have to raise their stuff a bar. So the more they're both great, the more they'll compete and do great rides and experiences and food and drinks.
Is Universal, you don't have to answer this, are they paying you to come out?
No.
Oh, okay. You're just inviting, you're like, yeah, I'll fund the whole thing. I'll get on a plane and come out there and stay there. Really?
I mean, no, they pay for that stuff. They're not paying me. I'm not getting paid. But yes, I get
Well, that's what
I get flew out.
Yes. Does Disney flew you out?
They have before.
They have before. Who pays better usually?
I mean, because they're not paying me, so it's the free
but
flight.
You get paid as like a DJ
hotel.
though from Disney.
Oh, DJ.
Yeah,
yes.
like as an influencer, they've paid you.
They've paid me, but I've never been paid by Universal.
I've always wondered.
I've known a lot of Disney and Universal influencers, and I've never really known any of them to get paid, because that's some of that is against FCC.
Yeah,
You're supposed to only, if you get paid, then you're supposed to be putting #ad or whatever. But like sponsored just means they covered your room and your flight and like gave you free food.
Yeah,
which is what I'm used to most influencers getting. Not actually getting a check. Because that is crossing boundaries. I don't know. I'm not a specialist. But
well, I mean, that's new to me, because in my mind, I thought a lot of these guys, just the way that they word things sometimes, especially in videos, it seems as if either they are getting paid or the way that they're getting paid is in kind of, I would say, like worth a lot more than even just getting paid per post or something, which is like the VIP tours or like staying on property and like whatever.
That is very normal in the influencer world. And that's how theme parks, from what I know, treat influencers. They're going to give you the VIP tour. They're going to give you a bag of merch. They're going to give you like all the treatment that you would not normally get as a guest. But as far as like, here's $1,000. Like, no, I've never
But for
heard
a service for like DJing, you do get paid.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Got it. Is there anything else that you've ever done for them that they've paid you for, or is it just the DJing?
Disney Plus and stuff like that.
Oh,
like any post I've done on that. Yeah.
Okay, because I've worked for the label side, and I think definitely it's a little bit different. Again, don't kill me.
But like music stuff, Disney Plus stuff, all that, yes, and then you #ad and all that. But like, I'm specifically talking about the parks. I've never heard of it. But listen, if people are getting paid to go to the parks, then I need to find out.
I know.
Hey, run me a check.
I've always wondered, that's the thing, is like as a theme park influencer, it's kind of an interesting niche to be a part of.
Well,
it's
you're getting
random.
paid though from what you're getting paid from is your content,
right?
Your YouTube views, your Instagram reels, your TikTok views. That's where you're making the money, from what I've known. Influencers.
Very true.
Pride Night. I just got approved to DJ that this year. So come check out Pride Night.
Because I invited him to come to Italy with me, and he can't because he's going to do Pride Night. Yes. He's going to DJ Pride Night. Anyway, speaking of Coachella, I don't know. People are talking about influencers versus celebrities and fashion. First of all, the UK has been shitting on people dressed at Coachella just for no reason. There's also that going viral at the moment, and they're saying Glastonbury, everybody's dressed better than Coachella. I don't agree with that. We don't have to touch on that. But then other stuff is going viral about why, and I saw this take today, and I want to get your opinion on it. There was a woman who made a video, and we don't have to, mention her specifically, but the premise of it was she was kind of saying that the reason why celebrities dress down at Coachella is specifically to separate themselves from basically the plebes, which is like influencers. My take on this, and I would love to know your opinion, is celebrities have other places to dress up, right? The Met Gala, Grammys, like every day on Instagram, if they ever want to post. They don't have to dress up at Coachella. First, they're not getting paid to dress up at Coachella. And then second of all, if they wear like a diesel or something like that, that's money they're missing out on because it should have been a promotion.
Paid,
it should have been like a partnership there. So it's not necessarily that they're attempting to look dressed down to put themselves at a higher place than influencers, which they're probably doing that already. What they're actually doing is just simply they don't have to dress up, so they're not going to dress up.
The funny part is, until this conversation with you right now, I never realized that celebrities were dressing down.
I get, is
that a thing people are saying? Or
from what everybody's saying, it's like Kylie Jenner in like a hoodie and jeans, like you'll see Justin Bieber shirtless, just walking around with some jeans on.
I feel like at a lot of I guess to me, it's not about being like above or different than the influencers. To me, it's about trying to be somewhat inconspicuous, because as a person that's been in the artist compound several times and backstage doing interviews and stuff, even at a festival the size of Coachella, even if you have the highest level of credential clearance, it's still so many people.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many people backstage. Like, everybody's like, oh my God, backstage. And it's like, yeah, it's a whole nother, it's basically VIP plus.
Exactly.
It's like, it's so many people back there.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I feel like the celebrities probably are dressing down so that they can just still move a little bit inconspicuous and not have to worry about people asking them for pictures and bothering them. They can kind of like move in and out of areas.
So it's not like a statement, right? It's like she's making it sound like they're trying to make sure that people know that they're better than influencer. I just think influencers are dressing up. That
seems like a rough take.
Because it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, even me, maybe I'm calling myself out here, but like I always get so excited about Coachella outfits because I get to do a little extra and be like more flamboyant than I would wear on a Tuesday in LA, you know? But that's so it's fun.
That's what I think it is, though. It's like Kylie Jenner's going to the Met Gala. She's not going to dress up for Coachella. Right. I don't know. But I don't get to go to the Met Gala.
So we're going to put on some outfits.
I'm going to put on an outfit. And I'm going to take a lot of pictures in it. And I'm going to try to look really cute. I'm going to put a tanner on. You know what I mean?
Come on.
Do my hair. I don't know. But speaking of that, too, you mentioned like just the different tiers. Oh, my God. I wanted to make a TikTok about this, but I didn't. The tiers of passes. Listen, every single year it feels like there's a new 5 tiers that you can't access at Coachella. They change it constantly. And it's not just even what you have or what people who work backstage have. Artists are getting something completely different. There's artist guest, there's VIP, and then there's artist, which is not artist guest. That's super different. And then people who are working, people don't know this. Working passes only work for the day in which you're working.
Yep, I do
Dancer
know that.
passes only work for the time frame in which you are a dancer. So that means once it's passed, you're no longer allowed backstage.
Yeah.
It's very...
And they kick you out of the trailers too.
Yeah, it's very strict. It's weird. Like even this year, we got Quasar. That like Red Bull thing. Yeah, we got that. But then we also got the booths next to main stage that are like $20,000 each.
Oh, yeah. I know which ones you're talking about.
When we were just invited by friends. That's also another wristband.
Yeah, there's so many wristbands. Like, I mean, my arm at the end of the weekend is like just filled with wristbands.
Yeah.
It's just so much. Because there's just so much, like you said, levels to like this VIP area. But like I said, even if you have the top tier, because I've had artist guests and artists.
Yeah.
And even with an artist pass, which is technically the highest pass you can get.
Yeah.
Even when you get to those areas, like I said, there's so many people because the artists themselves and their direct teams all have artist pass.
Yep.
So if you think of how big Megan Thee Stallion's team, Gaga's team, and Hypen's team, all those teams and everybody with them either has artist or artist guests. So it's just so many people everywhere, no matter what. I think there's just no way to block it off. But I will say, Red Bull was lit.
That was fun.
I love that.
I got sushi.
That was new this
we
year,
got some
and that
sushi
was great.
there.
That was great. At least with artists, nobody bothers you. Like if you want to walk up to a trailer, you can, which is normally what I need to be able to do.
Yeah.
So it's like that is like, or they have the stickers. They got rid of those this year. Thank God. I'm sure Carlos knows about those.
You put stickers on?
They used to have stickers like to get to the artist pit.
Oh.
Which is that like really small pit.
Yeah.
Now, there's an artist guest pit.
Yeah.
And then there's the artist pit that's right in the center front of the stage. That's where like Katy Perry standing or Justin Bieber. That's like that's where I stood with Lisa for In Hypen.
Oh.
So it was like that is the cool pit, but they used to have stickers for that. They got rid of that. Now you have to be escorted by the artist's team.
Holy what?
To be in that pit.
Oh my God. That's the thing is like we were talking with a WME agent and that's what he mentioned. He was like every single year there's a new freaking pass. He said GD pass. There's a new goddamn pass to try to figure out. He was like all of my influencers that come here, our artists that come here, we're running around trying to figure out what the heck pass they need to access.
Stressful. I had artist teams emailing me asking me questions. I know. They're like, we can't figure out how to get you here and where we should go. Yeah. And like and again, you know how K-pop is. Mm-hmm. A lot of their teams are stressed because they have a gajillion people on their teams. Yeah. So in Golden Voice is like the people that run Coachella are like, we can't give you that many passes. So they're out here trying to get extra passes too. Yeah. So it's just a mess. It's
the whole thing. This I will say was the year where I think we got the most access to different areas than I've ever got. I mean, it's my 3rd year going. It's Tetris's 10th.
It was my 10th year, yay. I'm old.
But I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like I could have gone the past 10 years. I couldn't go. Like, you know what I mean?
Because you're a responsible adult. The first 3 years I probably went, I couldn't go, but I was jumping gates and sneaking in and doing all the ratchet stuff.
How dare
I was young and crazy.
Or can you, like, still do that now? Are you, like...
Oh, I saw so many TikToks about it, and honestly,
really? Still jumping
sometimes
gates?
I get jealous.
Oh, because you
like,
want to?
The adrenaline used to be so much fun to like sneak into Coachella or sneak into the parties. I would sneak into Neon Carnival and Revolve.
Oh, I feel like that would be easy
and
though.
all that
Those
stuff.
are easy.
Yeah, those are easier.
Yeah.
But like the festival, it's so massive.
Yeah.
So you just find like the gate to hop into like the horse stable, and then you're like behind a freaking like porta potty.
You're in the stable.
You like duck behind the like I've done it all in my first couple years when I was like a broke new guy. And then of course now I've worked in the industry and I can like obviously get passes and afford to go, but it's just like the rush of it is so fun. And like I saw a TikTok of like these 3 guys that were like going to Coachella 3 days for free, and like they literally like had GoPros on and like showed their whole process, and I was
gonna
like,
get banned for life.
That was me.
well, okay. Who was your favorite performance?
Lisa.
I feel that.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa was great.
Yeah.
Lisa, obviously, I want to say in hyping, but Lisa was just so good.
That stage was perfect.
It was her
so well
costuming, the set list, her energy. That was a great Coachella set.
I agree. It was amazing. It was actually the first one we saw, and then nothing else really lived up to it. But Tyla's was amazing. Megan Thee Stallion was amazing.
Oh yeah, she was good. I really enjoyed. It was hot, but I really enjoyed Shabuzi.
Okay, I didn't go to that.
That was a good one for me. That was in my top 3 this year. I would say probably Shabuzi and Hypen and Lisa.
I didn't see Hypen either. That was Saturday. We weren't there on Saturday.
Oh, you missed the boys. They were so good.
I watched them on my TV screen at home.
Weren't they great?
In bed, you know. You had a point about Tyla.